Hi guys and welcome back to KRN TV. We're bringing the most exciting interviews from around the world. Today, delighted to be back with a friend of the channel, a good friend of myself, Ray Hill. Ray, thank you very much for having me here today. So obviously the first interview's gone down really well. Everyone loved it. Lovely. The podcast with Marvin as well. So everyone loved that as well. So it's we needed to obviously come back, finish things off, touch a few topics we didn't touch before, of course, and then maybe down the line, like next month, something. I don't know if you'd be up for doing a live. We can actually do a live one.
Yeah, what people talk, phone in?
Yeah,
okay,
well, not phone in. We let them write messages in.
Okay.
So they can actually ask you messages directly there.
I'm up for that. Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, so we'll do that in the next month or so.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
So, how did you find the reaction then to the first the few bits you've done? This is the first time you've ever told your story. Obviously,
I've got a few comments. I've got a few comments and this, that, and the other. But I've made a few mistakes. You know. Like I said, Mickey Fair was involved with the shooting, give someone a gun, and I'd like to apologise to Mickey Fair.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a man and I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong. It was nothing to do with Mickey Fair, so I do really apologise, Mick. Accept my apologies, mate. It wasn't him. It's nothing to do with Mickey Fair, but I know who it is.
Yeah.
And it's got to be done and dealt with. You know what I mean? So I apologise, Mick. Please accept my apologies. Yeah.
And yeah, so like I said, Mickey, apologies for giving platforms to get false information, and obviously, like I said, Ray wanted to make things right and do it straight away.
Yeah.
And just clear that up.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
So hopefully you can get to the bottom of what really happened down the line.
Yeah.
So a few other little topics that people asked about, things that I was interested in. Someone that I guess unfortunately looked up to at a certain point, and I still do. Piece was Howard Marks. You met Howard before?
Well, I was banged up with Howard for about 2 or 3 weeks in Brixton Prison. I think it was about 1973, 74. I was up for attempted murder. Yeah, but they put me in D-wing, and then they give me bail. But as they give me bail, they fucking rearrested me at the gate. Yeah. And took me away, brought me back. Obviously, then they put me on a ring. I put me in a cell with this Howard Marks. I didn't know who he was, you know what I mean? But he was a scruffy, dirty geezer, you know what I mean? But absolutely fucking minted, mate. I'm not quite sure if he was nicked for a whole loft full of puff. They went into his house looking for the puff. They couldn't find it. When they went upstairs to the loft was absolutely cakeo full of puff. I'm not quite sure it was that time, yeah? But obviously I was tooled up for 3 weeks. Nice man, yeah. He didn't tell me too much. Some people say he was involved with MI5, MI6 or something. I'm not quite sure if that's correct, but that's what they're saying, yeah. He was involved with a few people that I know very, very well. Not mentioning too many names, but they was involved with him. He put my best mate that I work with, put him forward, yeah. He learned him so much, and he was like a clever man. He was one of the best guys there is doing cannabis, yeah. And most of it was Thai grass. That's what we should do with mostly Thai, yeah. But also when I was in Chelmsford prison, I met the top guy, Mickey Green. Mickey Green was in there. He was the top. He was number one. You know what I mean, fucking hell, mate. He was like malted up, you know, doing the puff. Nice man, mate. You know what I mean? It's just like normal looking guy, wasn't flash or nothing like that. He was like tooled up. The guy, not tooled up. He had a mate called Tony Edlin, which is my boy's dad, one of my parents' dads, Robert. Okay.
And he was saying that you lost your amateur license for headbutting someone during the thing. That's
Is that
true?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, a lot of it really is that I got done for armed robbery and attempted murder. That's why I lost my license. You know what I mean? It wasn't about headbutting. It wasn't about really headbutting an official. Yeah. I know I got.
Oh, it was an official you headbutted. It weren't even the
No, it was an official. Yeah. It was an official. The ref. Yeah, the ref was telling me I can't do this and can't do that and this, that, and the other, and he got a bit out of hand. You know what I mean? And saying you can't do this and you can't do that because I bit the guy's ear, yeah. And the ref went fucking mad. He wanted to right, that's it, all over. And I went fucking all over you, cunt. I nutted the ref, and then I had to go in front of the board, and they said there's no way that I could get a license, a professional license. But obviously, so it wasn't about that. It wasn't about that. It was about armed robberies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The armed robberies that I'd done. But it's a shame really because like I had drivers to stare, Mickey Duff, Harry Levine come to my house for me to turn pro when I was a young kid, yeah, and but I fucked it up.
Yeah, I heard they were very strict. They used to be with the criminal record in terms of getting
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, you know. Like, it's crazy, really, because like in America, if you've been in prison, it don't matter. It don't matter, and you got some most fucking fighters are villains, yeah. Most fighters have had it hard in their life, yeah. So why should we have to eat humble pie and not do what we got to do? Yeah, I mean, to get a license, yeah. It's fucking ridiculous, and then get your license and then lose it over something stupid like hitting a police officer. This is crazy. It's crazy, you know what I mean? And you go back in prison, you come out, you got nothing. Now you was a good pro, yeah. All of a sudden you got nothing. I was going to be one of the top white guys, you know what I mean? And I was good. I was very, very good. Oh yeah, excellent, mate. A good fighter. I was sparring with Bugner, Billy Ed. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was some good fighters, mate.
Mm. So another story Johnny told me about was when you got the train up to Newcastle.
Yeah, what it was, my mate Gary Francis, yeah? Gary Francis, fucking hell, mate. That guy, yeah, is dangerous. That guy, my mate Gary Francis is fucking dangerous, yeah? I was to look after a club in Acton, yeah? And it was called, what was it called? The Station Hotel or something like that. And anyway, one day I went in there and Jefferson King, do you know Jefferson King? Heard of him? Yeah. Shadow. He coming up. Yeah, he wanted a job with me, yeah, on the door. So I said, okay, fucking massive guy, massive, mate. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, on a Saturday, went upstairs, Chelsea fucking headhunters upstairs, right, having a drink. All other people was going, and all of a sudden it kicked off. It kicked off in the Chelsea headhunters and other people. Gary Francis is with the Chelsea headhunters, yeah. Gary Francis has been stabbed 6 times, strapped in his car, couldn't get out of his car. These people want to kill him, yeah. These guys from, I think it was Liverpool, Liverpudlians, stabbed him about 6-7 times, stole his lungs and everything, right? But he survived. So he's up the club with his headhunters. Some people come in, fuck me, it kicked off, yeah. It really kicked off. Gary Francis, as I say, has been stabbed, but Gary Francis is still glassing people. He's a fucking dangerous man, right? And that Shadow, fucking hell, 2 brothers got hold of Shadow, dragged him down the stairs, fucking nearly killed him. And the Shadow went, fuck that, he never come back. You know what I mean? I thought this geezer could have a fight, but mate, fucking...
All show.
Oh, what? Listen, 6 foot fucking 6'4", 20 fucking 2 stone. Do you know what I mean? And these kids were about 9 stone, these 2 brothers, but it was dangerous, you know what I mean? Anyway, Gary, me and Gary got very, very close, yeah? A dangerous fucking man. And he had a bit of trouble with some people, right? And these people come from up north, yeah? And they were a bit flash, bit this, bit that. So, phone number, phone these guys up. Say, oh, mate, all right, mate, where are you? He went, don't worry about that. He said, where are you? I said, listen, I come from West London, yeah? I said, where are you? He went, why, you want to come to see me? I said, well, yeah, you tell me where you fucking are and I'll come and see you. So he told us where we fucking got it. It didn't go up by train. Gary drove us up here.
The 2 of you together?
Yeah, me and Gary and another guy in the back, yeah. Gary's fucking got big fucking big machetes, great big blades. He's so fucking dangerous. He is one dangerous guy, you know what I mean? So having by his side is handy, you know, but he's fucking dangerous, yeah. So he drove up there and went into this fucking pub, asked these fucking people. I ain't saying the names yet. Asked these fucking people, and this guy said, yeah, okay, yeah, well. And
are they known villains from up north, are they?
They're known family, big family, yeah. But one of them's a white Larry cunt, yeah. And at that time, I think we were fucked with no one. I was 23 stone, mate, 22 stone. Fucking built like the shit house. I'll fight anybody. I was offering anybody out, you know what I mean? And I thought, fuck them on, brother. I got there, we got a row. And I want to have a row with this geezer. This geezer shit his fucking self, mate. You know what I mean? He shit himself. We had a row out, bashed him up, mate. But we had to get out there a bit quick, yeah? We fucked off out there a bit quick because we was in the get mullers, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I mean, to go up somewhere where you're not even known, 2 people or 3 people, you got to have some arsehole, mate. You got some arsehole. And I had arsehole. I didn't give a fuck for no one. And I'd fight anybody at that time. I was young. Young. That's what you do, innit, when you're young. I mean, I didn't give a fuck.
How's Gary getting in drama with people from fucking Newcastle?
Gary was like doing other things. Some people tried to take something off him. And that was it, you know.
Yeah.
So he didn't give two fucks, Gary. He didn't give two fucks. As I say, they've already stabbed him up. They come from Liverpool, right? They've already stabbed him up bad, yeah? So to go back up that way, it wasn't where you said it was, up that way, yeah?
Yeah.
To go back up there, after you've been stabbed 6 times and your lungs are fucking collapsed, mate.
Yeah.
You've got to have some arsehole, you know what I mean?
Cool. But you also mentioned to me Richard Branson. And said you had some dealings with Rich Branson. Did you ever meet him or anything?
Yeah. I used to work for a club called The Venue, yeah, in Victoria Street. It was a big cinema, and Richard Branson took it over. It was a big how can I say? When I say club, it wasn't a club so much. It was more for bands like Sugar Hill Gang, and all them sort of things, yeah. And Joe, have you heard of a group called Joe Early? Joe Early is country and western. Well, anyway, so the Sugar Hill Gang, that was very good, and they had all they had that Bad Manners, yeah, Bust a Blood Vessel. Fucking hell, mate, that was the worst night I've ever had in my life, yeah. We went, it was called, we had about 9 people that night, you know, it was packed with bald-headed fucking skinheads, right, Bust a Blood Vessel on the thing, but what he ain't told us that one of the roadies is going to jump up and hit him across the fucking back with a bolster wood chair, right? So we haven't been told this. We haven't been told nothing about that. All of a sudden, this fucking roadie's jumped up, hit him with a bolster wood chair. We've gone fucking, but I mean, we're looking after the gaff, yeah? We jumped up on the stage, started fighting the roadie. That Bust a Blood Vessel, he started in a round. My mate Fred fucking knocked him spark out. Now you got all the fucking skinheads going mad. Absolutely crazy. They're jumping on the thing. What they've got, right, is broomstick handles with knitting needles put in them, yeah. That's their weapons, yeah. We've got nothing, you know what I mean? But we're having rows with these people, so we had to close, we had to shut it up, yeah. Get in, bust the blood vessel and all that, pull that out from the what you call it, from the stage, put it out and lock the door, yeah. And they called the police, yeah. When the police come, mate, they found about 200 of these fucking things with knitting needles in, yeah. Anyway, so that was that, and then this guy caused a bit of trouble on the lighting desk, you know. And I forget who was there playing that night, right? But anyway, the guy caused some trouble on the lighting desk. They asked me to go and sort it out. So I went up to the lighting desk and he told me to fuck off. I hit this geezer on the chin and knocked him spark out. But I don't know that he's one of Richard Branson's mates. I thought, fucking, anyway, also Richard Branson can't say, said, right, you're sacked. You're nicked. Not only are you fucking sacked, you're nicked, yeah? I said, what? What do you mean I'm fucking nicked? He says, you know, the fuck are you nicking me, you cunt? You're not even fucking, okay, you're the governor of the place, but you can't fucking nick me. You can't do just a fucking...
Was Richard Branson a superstar at them times, or was he just becoming that?
No, he was. Richard Branson was the superstar because he had a big gaff in Lambert Grove as well. There's a big place in Lambert Grove he had. He was now his dad. Listen to me, mate. He wasn't a man-made fucking self-made fucking. His dad was a red robe judge at St Albans. A red robe judge, and every summertime, right? People at the venue who worked at the venue would go to his dad's, not us bouncers, but people who worked there, like, you know, sold the tickets and all them sort of people, like yuppie fight people, would go to his dad's, big swimming pools and all that, and have big meals round there and all that, you know. We wasn't invited, but he was a red robe judge. Come on, mate. And when I got nicked, when they nicked me, yeah, and took me to, I think it was Victoria Police Station, yeah. When they nicked me, right, give me bail, and then I got nicked for that attempted murder charge, yeah. Fuck me, I went to St Albans Crown Court. St Albans Crown Court. His dad was a red robe judge at St Albans Crown Court, yeah. I got fucking like I was up for a really bad charge anyway, so the judge just chucked it out. But come on, mate. He ain't a self-made fucking person, mate. His dad's a red road fucking judge. You know what I mean? I didn't like Richard at all. Not at all. You know, I like Barbara Dixon. Barbara Dixon, she was like a director as well. She was nice. She was nice, yeah.
So during the last interview as well, obviously we made, obviously we spoke a lot about your fighting and obviously the record. So for a lot of people it would have been obviously a big shock to hear that as the boxing game and even the unlicensed game is all a bit of a show. Like I said, not to say these people aren't super hard. Lenny McLean was super tough. But obviously he was a huge ticket seller. It was huge. His money.
He was the best. He was the best ticket seller. Frankie Warren was his manager. Yeah, he was the best ticket seller. Listen, mate. At that time, there was maybe 20, 25 heavyweights. Yeah, all good fighters. All good fighters, and none of us would say that Lenny McLean was the governor. We're fucking fighters, mate. We ain't gonna say he's the governor. We're fighters. No fighter in the world, right, fights someone and goes, oh, he's the governor, he's gonna beat me. We're all the same, mate. We're all the same. He swerved a lot of people. He swerved me. He swerved a lot of people, mate. I mean, come on. It's like Lenny sold loads of tickets. He was a big man, right? I respect Lenny. Me and Lenny were pals, right? But we just couldn't get it on. I've got a thing about it, you know what I mean? I've got a brochure.
This time over this one now, we're going to put up the flyer.
Please.
The flyer was actually printed out. The fight was meant to happen.
1979, mate.
And obviously, why didn't obviously we know why.
I think it was 79 or 70. I'm not quite sure.
So similar to like Joshua, they try and avoid the big Davis fight as long as possible. If the guy's making money until the crowd demand it, you keep him fighting.
Yeah, for sure.
Why would you chuck him in with someone who's
exactly? Well, listen, I fought two brothers, yeah. One called Kevin Paddock and one called Sid Paddock. I fought Sid first and drew with Sid, yeah. Sid fought Lenny and beat Lenny, right? Kevin, he was the best one, Kevin. Fucking hell, mate. I got in the ring with Kevin, mate, and he was talking to me in the ring, saying, come on, me and you fucking have it. Let's really have it, yeah? I thought, fuck me. This geezer means it, you know what I mean? All right, and I drew him, yeah? I drew with him. And, I mean, Cliff Fields, he beat Lenny. You know what I mean? I fought Cliff Fields twice, you know what I mean? Once I beat Cliff Fields and once I drew with Cliff Fields. It isn't even known about, you know what I mean? All these fights are never known about, mate, yeah? Because people don't want them to be known about, yeah? But fucking, I mean, Sid Paddock and Kevin Paddock, Sid's dead, yeah? Sid's the brother's dead, yeah? They killed him. But Kevin, fucking good fighter, mate. Good fighter. Yeah.
So like I said, we'll definitely put the flyer up here.
Please.
And so, another question. You were talking about a club called the Graveyard Club.
Yeah, I used to knock about with lots of black guys, yeah, in Leopard Grove, Notting Hill, around there, yeah, and two brothers and the mum owned a club called the Graveyard Club next to Howard Cemetery, yeah.
Doesn't sound too inviting, right? Graveyard.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what it's called, the Graveyard Club. Anyway, so I was only 16, 17, but big. So I went, yeah, I'll come and go down and get a job here. I'll work down there. So me and Cuffy, a guy called Cuffy, yeah, he owned the club with his mum, yeah. It's only young son as me. Anyway, this particular day we're down there, and in the basement, as you go down the stairs, they got very, very bottom, they got a pool table. But it's a blues club, yeah, it's a blues fucking. So all of a sudden, I think it was Judge Dredd or what? Fucking, I'm not quite sure his name. Rankin Dredd, yeah. He come down with some people, yeah. I'm not saying he done it. I'm not saying he had anything to do with it, right? But I was downstairs, and they got hold of this black guy. They hold his arms out wide. They put him across the fucking pool table, and they chopped his head off with a fucking machete. Mate, listen, I've run my fucking 17. You know what I mean? I've never seen anything like that in my life, yeah. I've seen other shootings and all that, but I've never seen someone's fucking head get chopped off. So I went upstairs and I said to my mate's mum, yeah, fuck this, I mean, nothing to do with that, you know what I mean? And that was it. They all went out, we went out, they went out, and that was it. You know, that's the last time we went back there, but it was a bad fucking place, mate. Yeah, bad place. I mean, I had some good memories in Leopard Grove and all around there, rows, fights with black guys. You know, I was involved with the Notting Hill Whites, with blacks and whites, yeah, when I was a kid. So I know all about that, you know.
So I've heard that ranking dread was very, very, very dangerous man at them times. Though.
Yeah, because he won Ladbroke Grove, mate. He won Ladbroke Grove, not only he won it. Yeah, he was the main man, mate. He was the main man.
So I met someone a couple of months back, a guy called Tommy Jitterbug, who told me.
Yeah, I know Tommy. Tommy, bad. Listen,
well, he told me he scalped ranking dread in his prime.
Let me tell you something. He was one fucking bad man. One hard man, mate. He was fucking proper. He didn't give a fuck for no one, you know. He was a big man, mate. And for me to just find out that he was like on drugs, on heroin and coke and crack and all that, fucking knocked my pipe out, yeah. And now he's into the Lord and all that, you know. Good luck to him, yeah. He needs a break, you know what I mean? But he was a fucking hard man, mate. He didn't give a fuck for no one. He didn't give a fuck for no one, but he had a big crew behind him. Anybody who's got a big crew behind him, mate, you know, yardies and all that, I mean, he didn't give a fuck for no one. He didn't give a fuck, mate, and I respect him. Big respect. And he's got big respect for me too, because we was all young. He was a couple of years older than me, but at that time, it didn't really matter age.
Indeed, so shout out to Tommy Jitterbug, and keep doing the good work you're doing at the moment.
Yeah. Please, all the best, John.
And so let's get back into your story, though, as such, where you were before, because, like I said, you basically made it. You were rich. You were seriously rich. Had a big house, mansion, whatever, swimming pool, stuff like this. And then you ended up getting with the Bird, the pop star.
Yeah.
So she came back from America.
Yeah, Ariel. She was involved. Ariel Odebore. She had a group called Enquires. Yeah, Enquires was like really the top. They was next to Sugar Babes, but they were underground. Enquires, you know what I mean? Rather than with the Sugar Babes made it number one. Enquires was even better than them, but they went underground. Yeah, and she was going all around the world singing. And I met her. Yeah, and I met this girl and I fucking fell in love with this black girl. You know what I mean? Ariel Odebore. And then one day I lived in the docks at the time, yeah, and she came up with her sister and another girl smoking fucking crack. Oh, what the fuck's that? I've never seen it in my life before. Yeah, so have a bit of that, you know what I mean? So I had a bit of fuck that and knocked my pipe out. But anyway, she fucked off to America with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. She was one of the best dancers in England, yeah, Ariel, and one of the top singers, yeah. And she went over there for about 6 months, 18 months, 6 months, a year, something like that. And I was having contact, but the contact kept falling, yeah? And then she said to me, meet me at the airport. So I went down to the airport, got a cab down there, picked her up. And she looked rough, man. She looked fucked up, you know what I mean? And she was like, couldn't wait to get a crack pipe in her fucking mouth, you know what I mean? And then she told me about Whitney Houston, and Bobby Brown had fucking abused her. Bobby Brown really abused her, and Whitney Houston fucking abused her big time, you know what I mean? But I mean, the things Whitney Houston done to her, you would never believe, you know what I mean? But it happened, yeah? And then, because I loved her so much, which is wrong in a way, I used to buy her crack to try and get her not going on the streets selling her body for crack, yeah? But what happened, it made it fucking worse. Because I'm buying her crack, I ain't got the money to keep buying it, mate, so I've got to go home at night or whatever, in the week or whatever. And then she'd go on the street because I'm making it worse for her, giving her more care. And then, cut a long story, something happened. I was involved with something, and someone got fucking nearly killed. I got pulled in for it, down to Ariel Odebore. They charged me with attempted murder and all this, that and the other. Nothing to do with me, mate. It was nothing to do with me at all. And they was trying to get me for it, yeah? And they still, I mean, come on, mate, if you know you've done nothing and you're charged with attempted murder and the guy dies, fucking hell, I shit myself, you know what I mean? I smashed the Crown Court, Isleworth Crown Court up, yeah? Because they dropped one charge, I was on a bad charge, which they dropped the charge, but then they put this other charge up. I went, fucking hell. And when I eventually went up to Isleworth Crown Court to be sentenced, yeah, one of them said to me, look, the prosecution said, look, they're going to give you 9 years to a life. Plead guilty to it. I went, guilty to what? I don't fuck off. I'm not pleading guilty to anything. Fuck off. I don't need you as a QC telling me to do something and I ain't fucking done it. No, fucking leave me alone. Fuck off, right? Anyway, I kept going mad in the cell, smashing the cells up and fucking crazy. I wanted to get home. I've had enough, mate. I had nothing to do with me. So right at the very end, they said, look, you've got to go back to court. And I had this barrister, yeah? And he said, look, I've just been handed something for my career. Read it. Would you accept that charge? And I read the charge, and it was ABH. An ABH charge where I'd hit this guy at the bus stop, right? 2 days ago or the day before, whatever happened, yeah? I said, yeah, I'll plead guilty to that, yeah? Went in there, and the woman judge, Indian judge, she apologised. She said, listen, mister, I'm really, really sorry for the amount of time that you've been in prison. I've been in prison 11 nearly 12 months on remand, yeah, on this fucking charge, right? And she gave me a 6-month sentence, you know what I mean? So I was immediately released, yeah? But as I walked out of court, my barrister got on me and said, listen, don't get involved with fucking nothing else, because these people, yeah, they want you bad, right? Yeah, I mean, they want you. Why? Why do they want me fucking bad? I ain't done nothing, but they want you bad, mate. To get off of this, they want you fucking bad. I said, no, they fucking do me. I didn't do nothing. And what is it? They're the ones that fucking got me on that charge, IPP.
Mm. So you mentioned obviously you end up trying crack with this bird. Like, tell people how dangerous crack is. And
well, I'll tell you what. I as I said, I'd a flat in Brentford Docks. Yeah, she came up with her sister and another girl, and they started smoking crack. Right, I didn't know what it fucking was. I tried it. Yeah, I tried it once, and I got addicted to it. When I say addicted, I wasn't addicted, but I liked it. Yeah, so I'd spend my money on fucking all the time on it. Yeah, not even with her, by myself. And all of a sudden, I thought to myself, fuck me, this drug gives you so much power. I thought, lovely, love this. And I was doing silly things to get money. Every day I was going out to get money, right? This drug took over my life. I lost everything. I sold my house in Kingston. Well, I had fucking a big house in Kingston, sold my cars, sold everything. I know I lost a lot anyway, right? Fucking hell, mate. It just ruined me. It took over. I lost about, 5 stone in body weight. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. All you want to do is thieve to get money for crack. It ruins your life, mate. It doesn't, it's not, it just ruins your life. You become a person that no one can trust. Not even yourself can you trust. I used to go to people's houses, yeah, when I was on the crack, and people would leave money on the coffee table for me to take, rather than me go in their fucking house and take their jewellery and threaten them and take their watches and things, and leave money on the fucking on a fucking table for me to go and get my crack. People didn't know to open the door, just put it for the letterbox for money. That gear ruined my life. Got me an IPP. It got me an IPP to do something so stupid that I'd done. Get an IPP. Done 10 fucking years, mate. I'm still on it now. I've done 18, nearly 19 fucking years, mate.
So how much could you spend possibly on a day on? How much could you smoke in a day?
Well, I'll tell you what.
£200 worth?
I'll tell you what, mate. I got a suite in the Radisson Edwardian, yeah, and Heathrow Airport. Her sister, Ario, and 2 mates. We went into a suite, right? I stayed there for 2 days with these girls, yeah. Big Magnum bottles of champagne, big, massive, great big bath. I done 14 grand. 14 grand in 2 days. Whether I didn't smoke 14 fucking grand in 2 days, whether or not I nicked 13 grand a bit, I don't know. But you can do untold money. You can do untold money. Crack is so addictive. So addictive. £100 rock over in 10 minutes. So after the rock, you want another £100 rock and another £50 rock, and it goes on and on and on. You can do 14 grand in 2 days, mate. You know what I mean? I lost my home. I lost everything.
Yeah. So anyone thinking about or in a bad position or thinking about trying it, so don't try it.
No,
that first pipe
mate.
could be the one that literally gets you hooked. And this is a drug that you can go through fortunes. You can go through millions on this drug. It is a problem.
It is a big problem. It's like you get on that, your life's finished. Your life's finished. You've got 2 ways to go, yeah? Either death or you're in prison for the rest of your life, you know what I mean? Doing silly things to get what you got to get for crack. It's no good, mate.
So like you said, while you're on those crack times, that's what led you to commit the offence that actually got you the IPP sentence.
You got me the IPP sentence, yeah.
But maybe obviously getting the IPP was terrible. Maybe you needed to go away for a little bit just to get you clean at them times.
I needed
a couple of years would have been fine. It didn't need
Thank you.
99.
I needed that. What you just said, 2 years, is about the right amount of time it took me to get off crack when I went in prison, yeah. Because I've been in prison before, I knew a lot of screws in there to give me a good job, yeah. So for me to get a good job in a drugs unit, I got off it myself, yeah. So, I used to eat well. I used to go to the gym every day. I used to train with a couple of guys, and it got me off of crack cocaine. But you're still fucking off of it. But now you've got to suffer the consequences of it. And you're thinking, fucking hell, why? Why did I do what I did? For crack. For crack. And these young kids now, today, are fucking the same thing. Going out smoking crack. Young girls are going out smoking crack thinking it's love. Thinking it's absolutely good sex machine, you know what I mean? But all it gets you, mate, is either you get killed or you get in prison for the rest of your life, mate. That's what it's about. That's what happened to me. Come on, 19 years I've done. Or an IPP. Down to fucking crack cocaine. And all it is, a little square white thing, mate. You put it on the end of a pipe, you smoke it, addicted. One pipe, and you could be addicted for the rest of your fucking life. And then you're trying to get help. No one wants to help you, mate.
Yeah.
No one wants to help you.
Yeah.
No friends. There's no friends. All crack does, yeah. All you're doing in crack is getting money. Don't give a fuck who you rob. Who you rob. I've took my mum's jewellery out of her jewellery box and gone and sold it for crack. Come on, how low life can you get? Do you know what I mean? How low can you get? You lose everything. You lose everything, mate. No one respects you. No one wants to talk to you. You stink because you don't bath.
Yeah.
7 or 14 days you can go on it, but you can sleep fucking 3 or 4 of them days. You know what I mean? But it's no good, mate. Kids have got to realise, and people have got to realise, it's a bad, bad drug.
So, like you say, it all culminated with you robbing this car phone warehouse.
Yeah.
You ended up getting remanded.
Yeah.
You were remanded for about 2 years, weren't you?
2.5 years.
Yeah, and obviously during that time there, this was the time when you were getting clean of the drug. Came round to the court case, and you ended up getting what was the sentence? 2.5
years IPP.
And so you were expected to get out at that point there.
Well, I didn't realise. I've been told about the IPP, yeah, but I didn't realise that it was that bad. Come on, to do 2.5 years remand and then go up to court and get 2.5 years IPP. I thought a cut of maybe a year, maybe 6 months, I'll be walking out. But 10 years fucking later, mate.
When did it click to you, like, how bad a situation you're in? Like, because obviously you got sentenced, and then you're thinking, I'm going to be out in 6 months or a year or something like this. When did someone say to you, mate, this is a life sentence?
I worked in a drugs unit, yeah. I've been given the IPP. My co-defendant, he got a 5-year sentence, yeah. He's the one who put me in it, yeah. Okay, he put me in it, but when I was at the Isle of Crown Court, yeah. No, sorry, I wasn't at Isle of Crown Court. I was at Harrow Crown Court, just down the road here, yeah. And for me to look through the fucking spy hole and could see my mate in there, you see his mouth going up and down like that, yeah. And when he come out, I took him out the dock. They pulled me to a side of 3 or 4 fucking screws and let him go, yeah. And when I walked into that court, I didn't know what the fuck to expect. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. You know, I've been told, because when I went up to court for a bail plea, one of the probation women jumped up, probation for the court, jumped up and say, oh, you know this Mr. Hill, is in an IPP category, don't you, sir? He said, yes, we've got to look at that, yeah? So I thought, well, you know, look at it. Well, I've been told about this IPP, but it hasn't really been. I got it. Was one of the maybe one of the first ones to get IPPs. You know what I mean? When it first came out. And then when I got it, and I went back to my wing, and I was talking to the screws in there, like, because it was very, very banged up in there with drugs unit. He said, look, you understand what it is, don't you? I said, no, I don't understand. He said, well, you've been given a 2.5 year IPP, yeah? We don't understand it. We're working it. We work in this fucking place, this job, yeah? And we don't understand it ourselves, mate. You know what I mean? It's only until I went to the Mount prison, yeah, that I've got to understand what an IPP is. And an IPP is a fucking sentence, right, that can fucking kill you mentally fuck your head up, yeah, because you got to do psychology courses, yeah, and counselling courses. If you don't do them courses, mate, you ain't getting out. And don't forget, these psychology courses, you're in front of women, 24, 25, speaking down to you, right, and you got to do such silly things. You think, fuck, this is fucking stupid. But after, it ain't that silly, mate. It ain't that silly. You look at your triggers. Look at all your triggers, yeah? Your triggers are bad, mate. Your triggers are the ones that are going to get you in prison. If you can challenge your triggers, challenge your thoughts, yeah? When you wake up in the morning, yeah? Challenge your thoughts from fucking negative to positive. Challenge them. Challenge them. When you wake up and think, oh, fuck it, I want to go out today, meet a few of my pals, go down, have a bit of crack, have a puff, have a this, that and the other, right? Mate, what happens? You know. Then think positively. Well, I go out, I go down the road, I do a left turn, all of a sudden, your first trigger is money. Your second trigger is passing that house that sell the crack. So the first is money. You know you'll get money to go on that second one. So they teach you, yeah, that you don't go down. You don't turn left. You carry straight on. You carry straight on. Fuck that. Leave that aside. They teach you the right way to do things. Think positive. Fuck the negative thoughts. Sometimes you've got to have negative thoughts because you know that, yeah? Mm. But challenge your thoughts. Always challenge it. Your pros and your cons. Challenge it, mate. Always challenge it. And you're going to get out. And that's what we had to do. 4 years, mate. 4 years psychology. A year counselling, yeah? But 4 years psychology. The greatest thing that ever happened to me was doing psychology. To make me think. To make me think. Never before I thought about it. Psychology, you've got to do it. And it's the greatest thing ever. The greatest thing.
Just dealing with that trauma inside of you that leads us to be the way we are.
Well,
you have to sort of address it, didn't you?
You've got to challenge it, mate.
So, like, if anyone doesn't know, I'd compare the IPP sentence. It's like that Shawshank Redemption, the film. You come round once a year. If you've been messing around at all during that year, yeah, it's another year down the line.
Listen, mate, you don't get when you're doing an IPP, your knockback is 2.5 years. There's the sort of knockbacks you get, yeah? Right? And there's a course you do, right? You do ETS and a course called CALM, Controlling Anger and Learning to Manage It, yeah? That's the course you've got to do. If you pass those courses, you've got a good chance of getting out. As long as you can talk a good talk, yeah? But if you don't, they put you on a course called CSCP, right? Cognitive Self-Changing Program. And if you get that course, you ain't getting out, mate. You ain't getting out. Because that course is a course that makes you do maybe 10 to 15 questions, yeah? For you to give to the answers. You might fuck up on one of them answers, yeah? But they don't tell you which one you fucked up on. So how much brain damage is that? That you don't know the one you fucked up on. You've got to now give you that course again, and you've got to go round again. This time you might make 2 fucking mistakes. So you never get out, mate. You wind up going in Gangland, under a fucking nut house, or you go to Parkhouse in the nut house. You know what I mean? It's them sort of things. You got to, right? It's not easy for me to say this, you know what I mean? But these young kids, right, now, this IPP fucking thing, right, I got it retrospectively, yeah? So I've got to do it, right? These young kids thinking they've stopped the IPP, they haven't stopped it, mate. You've got to do those fucking courses. You can't go fuck off, because young kids do. Young kids don't think, I ain't doing that. You fucking think I'm doing an IPP? I'm doing an IPP. You think I'm doing them fucking courses for them stupid, silly 24-year-old women? But them 25-year-old women, mate, and 24-year-old women, they're psychologists, mate. They're the ones that say yes or no if you're getting out.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrific. Like I said, one of my friends ended up being sent back to Somalia because he didn't want to go through.
Yeah.
He hasn't no soul there. He's been here since a baby. You know, it's fucking terrible.
Mate, there was a kid, right, when I was there, yeah. He was perpetual thief, yeah. But perpetual taking mobile phones, nicking mobile phones, yeah. Perpetual. He took his mobile phone off this woman. He run down the road. He's turned to look who's chasing him, and he's hit his old woman, who was about 78 years of age. He's hit her, knocked her over, dislocated her shoulder, smashed her face up, yeah? Goes in prison, gets an IPP. What the fuck? Gets an IPP. 2 cells from him. There's 2 guys that have stabbed the kid to death. Stabbed him about 14 times and got 7 years each. How the fuck can they get 7 years each? And this young kid, who's perpetual thief, mobile phone thief, knocks over an old woman. Okay, come on, mate, that's easy done. You can easily done a mistake. You ain't done it deliberately. Gets an IPP of 14 months. When I come out of prison, I don't forget I done 10 years there. He has done about fucking 14, 15 years. Right? Mate, no, I've been out fucking 8, 9 years, mate. So he's done, what? Fucking, I don't know how long he's done. And he's still in there.
Yeah. It's like the worst thing they give it as well. You know, when they give you this 2 years or they give him the 14 months, or they shouldn't even tell that, because that's like a con in itself. Because no one ever gets out at the time that's meant to be on the thing. You might as well just say it's 99 years.
Yeah, you don't know.
Because that's like a con, and that must fuck people up. So talk to me about when you've ended up getting turned down then, parole, like what that effect is on the brain and stuff like this.
I mean, when I went to the Mount, yeah, I can change, mate. I changed from prisons that I've always been a bastard, yeah, been sat in the other, yeah. But when I went to the Mount, I changed. I was a completely different person, mate. Shit myself, yeah. When I was told what it is, yeah. Got good jobs and all that, kept out of trouble, didn't want to get in any fights. I could run a fight every fucking day of the week, you know what I mean? But I just kept out of it, yeah. But it was hard for me to keep out of it, but I had to, yeah. People don't want to fucking hurt, but I didn't, yeah. And fucking like, I don't really know, how to say it really, but it's like, it just fucked me up, mate. It just fucked me up. It just fucked me up, big time. Just fucked me up.
So, like you say, you've ended up being in there. It must have been 3 turned down knockbacks you had. There.
No, I got turned down twice, yeah, and the third one I got out, yeah. But one of the knockbacks I got, right, was one of them was a police officer, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was on the board.
Yeah.
He was a police officer, yeah. Everybody this is my second one, yeah. Everybody on the board was on my side, yeah. Barring this fucking police officer, right? Barring this police officer. Because don't forget, all the charges I've ever been involved with have been attempted murder, GBH, and police officers, yeah. I don't like authority because of what happened to me young as a kid, but yeah, but this geezer, I had a good probation officer, yeah, Christina Rowe, yeah. She said, look, there's no way in a million years, right, we don't think you're going to get a knockback. right? So I'm sitting outside.
So they've proper got your hopes up.
Yeah, this ex-police officer, he's the one who's changed their mind, changed them about the way I was, yeah? So I've got another 2.5 years knockback. So I've got 7.5 fucking years knockbacks, really, what I've done.
And you know, at the point where you've got your hopes up then, and you're thinking you're going to get out, and you've been doing all the right things, you've done the courses, and then suddenly you get a 2.5 year knockback. Like, what is that effect on the brain? Like, how mentally strong did you have to be not to completely lose the plot? And
I'll tell you what, one of the funniest things, and it's Fish. You know Fish?
Yep.
It's funny, mate. I was in a wing, yeah, where he was never banged up. He was open all the time, right? He was open all the time.
What was this? Where was this?
In the Mount.
Yeah, was it a life wing?
It was a wing where it's a stepping stone of getting out. If you get on this wing, you're 99% sure of getting out, yeah? You don't bang up, you're open all the time. Obviously at night times they bang up, but you're open all day until fucking late, yeah? I don't think they bang up at night time. Anyway, so all of a sudden there's this guy, this Arab guy that I'm talking to. Fish used to mind him. But he was like looking after me in Wandsworth Prison, yeah?
Wealthy fellow, was he?
Fucking multi-millionaire, mate. Anyway, he was talking to me, but he slagged Fish down to me. He was slagging Fish down to me, but that's the way he was, yeah? Anyway, all of a sudden one day, fucking Fish is coming in my wing to come and see me, right? At that time, I didn't know Fish was fucking gay, right? But he was, right? Anyway.
When did you only meet Fish in jail, was it? Or?
No. I met Fish outside. I knew Fish outside, but I didn't really know him like a friend.
Yeah, just knew of him.
I knew of him. He had a good following, mate. You know what I mean? He was a well-respected fucking man, yeah. Mm. Anyway, he came in my side, talking about it, and he got this fucking old boy. Like I'm saying about the old boy, this, that, and the old boy, that, yeah. He's saying, see that old cunt? He said, I should look after him. I said, but he wants me to look after him now, Fish. You know what I mean? So Fish went upstairs, had a go at the old boy. The old boy's really fucked up. Muslim. There's 20 Muslims in his fucking television room. Fish. Bang! It's this fucking old boy. Breaks his jaw, fractures his nose, stands up, and says to all these fucking Muslims, what, you want it, you cunts? Do you want it as well? They shit themselves, right? So Fish come down and see me. He said, well, I've got to go. The alarm bell goes off. I've got to go. I've just cheated. I said, oh, fuck off. Anyway, goes there. Next thing you know, 5, 6 Muslims come down to my cell. Right? Well, I said, listen, don't come down to my fucking cell, mate. I ain't hurt no one. Nothing to do with me. Fucking, you got to see the person who's done it. Not fucking me. Fuck off, yeah? Anyway, they go and get the screws. The screws comes down. You're nicked. I'm nicked? For what? What? So I'm now, it really is like a conspiracy. Right? So I'm nicked. They take me off the ring that night, put me in the block next to Fish. Bang onto the wall. Fish, what the fuck? Right? What's up, Ray? Oh, just get your nut down, enjoy it, you silly cunt. We're only doing IPPs, don't worry about it. I said, don't worry about it, you cunt. That's a 2.5 year knockback. Nah, don't worry. What was it? It was a 2.5 year knockback. Yeah. Fish didn't give a fuck, mate. He didn't care. He didn't care.
Yeah, so like I said, when you're in the environment, a hellish environment, how hard is it to go 2.5 years without drama in a fucking prison? Like, people don't understand. It's not like you're on the streets trying to keep your head down. You're around the worst of the worst. It's
hard, mate. It's hard. It's hard because there's so many people in there. I mean, I was lucky I was in the gym. I was a gym orderly anyway. I never really used to get involved, you know what I mean? But to stay out, listen, let me tell you something about prison, mate. You know, you've been away in prison. You know what it's like. The hardest thing about prison is getting out in one piece. Right? You go in prison. The first time you go in prison, you go into a fucking cell, right? Before they allocate you to the wing. You're sitting there in a cell. Now you've got to realise that this is going to be your life now for X amount of years. You've got to survive. You've got to survive. You've got people in these prisons. Fucking 1,000 people, mate. You might get 20 out of that 1,000 people that want to fucking kill you. And you think I'm joking? it's that easy to die in prison. I've seen quite a few deaths in prison, you know what I mean? And it's quite easy to die in prison. The hardest part about prison is getting out in one piece. Getting out in one piece. If you can get out in one piece, you beat the system. You beat the system, mate.
Yeah, like I say, it's a horrific ordeal. Like I say, they made the IPP illegal. They scrapped it. They can't give it out in court anymore. Yet you've still got thousands of people who are still serving the sentence.
Why? How? How?
Defeats the object. Like I said, I believe obviously everyone needs to get resentenced or recategorised.
Listen, it is about. You're so fucking right. You know that, Christy. You're so right. It's about categorisation, mate. It's about categorisation. How can you categorise someone that's killed 4 kids and the mother? How can you categorise when someone stabbed someone 40 times, right? How can you categorise someone that's this, that and the other, shot this and shot that, and at the end of it, someone's nicked about 4 mobile phones? Yeah. They're all in the same category. They're all in the same category, mate. It's got to be categorised. A, B, C, D.
Of course.
It's got to be. You can't have a fucking man that's killed 4 fucking kids the same as someone who's just nicked a mobile phone. How can that be the same? How can that be the same? So when you listen, the hardest thing to learn, yeah, right, when you get your IPP, right, you get a paper that tells you about the IPP. The IPP was brought into this world for what? For rapists, kids, people that kill kids and kill women, yeah? The IPP was brought in, and I think it was brought in Holland, I'm not quite sure, Belgium, something like that, yeah? About Germany, that's what it was for, people that kill kids. Now you're in that category. So what sort of sentence are you doing? I'm doing the IPP. All of a sudden you become a fucking rapist. You become a child killer. You become a person that's killed people, women. You had nothing to do with it, but that's how you categorised. What the fuck? What the fuck? They're trying to put you in a position where you don't want to be put in, where you got to fucking challenge yourself, mate. And also you got to keep yourself from fucking getting killed. Yes. Because of the IPP.
It's horrific. Like you say, your crime was sort of drug-related crime. It wasn't even that bad. You went and done a car phone wear accident.
Listen, mate,
hit someone
I did not.
And got a 99-year sentence. Forget the 2 years.
They'd already offered me, right? They'd already offered me a fucking 8-year sentence. The prosecution said if I plead guilty, they're going to offer me an 8-year sentence. What did I do? I don't want to fucking plead guilty, because that is the way we are. I ain't pleading guilty. I've got facial fucking masks on and everything. How the fuck did man pick me up?
And you didn't have a tool neither, did you?
No, no tools.
You whacked, mate.
I whacked him.
You did a car film error. It's a commercial robbery.
A commercial fucking robbery. Someone's come over to fucking hurt me. I've fucking defended myself, which I shouldn't have done, yeah? Which I shouldn't have done, being an ex-fighter, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I did. It don't merit 99 fucking years, mate. Where someone has just come out of his house, walked down the road, pulled a woman in the hedges, stabbed her fucking 10 times, and he gets the same sentence as me. How the fuck? It don't. It's a cat. Whoever brought that. Listen, Blunkett, yeah. Blunkett was the Home Secretary at that time, yeah. They give him the responsibility of IPP, giving people IPPs, yeah. Don't forget, Blunkett is blind. He's blind, so he's bitter from day one. He's bitter from day one.
Of course.
Don't forget, he don't see people, the trauma, the faces of these women, of these mothers, of their fathers, where their sons have got an IPP. He don't see that because he's fucking blind. How can you give someone, Home Secretary, who's fucking blind and bitter, he's going to be fucked. He's going to give everybody whatever he's going to give them.
Terrible. And so like you say, you ended up getting a 2.5 year knockback, not because you've been fighting, just because of intended whatever, Fisher's just brought you into some little situation.
Yeah.
And like that
we laughed about it. Me and Fish laughed about it.
But there's nothing to laugh about, because otherwise you'd be crying. Because this is...
I could have got out. I could have been out. I could have been out.
You'd be doing all the things. You'd be doing all the courses. You'd proper try to sort yourself out. And then when they give you something like this, when you haven't been involved, how hard was it not to say fuck the system and just go fucking wild?
Because you can't. Because you can't. Because don't forget, I've been in prison most of my life. Yeah, this is my last sentence. That sentence is my last sentence. I'm now an IPP talking to you. Yeah, this is my last sentence that I've done. Yeah. So I've gone through all that. I've gone through all the other stages, being locked up, being banged up, fucking, 1074, nearly dying. Yeah, I've gone through all them stages in my life. Yeah. So now I want to get home. I want to get out. I've had enough, mate. Enough's enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm at the end of it now. I'm at the end of my tether. I want to get home. Yeah. I've had too much bird in my life. Yeah. But I ain't getting out, mate. I ain't getting out. Fish has fucking made it so that I ain't getting out after 2.5 years. I might not have even. The only reason I got out, right? The only reason I got out is because I stuck to my psychology.
Yeah.
And I stuck to the counselling. Yeah. I stuck to it, 100%.
Yeah. So it does work. You know, at the point where you got that first knockback, or those knockback because of fish, did you ever think you were getting out at those times there? Did you think this is going to go on for fucking ever?
Well, I didn't even think I was going to get out this time. I didn't even think I was going to get out this time. Do you know what I mean? I'm on about a big man, yeah? A big man being called up to the office waiting for his result, yeah? And then being called up to the office and there's 6 or 7 screws in the office, yeah? All going, fuck me, Ray. Sorry, mate. You know what I mean? Mark was going fucking mad. Sorry, mate, I've got a bit of bad news for you, you know what I mean? I mean, oh, fuck it. But you're going home in a month. I fucking cried, man. That month for me to wait was like me just doing a 9-year sentence. Do you know what I mean? It never come round. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fucking sleep, mate. I cried like a baby, you know what I mean?
Fantastic.
And now, all you're doing is too frightened to come out your fucking cell. You know, I had a good job. I mean, I looked after this pod thing, this pod thing where you'd done all. It was a gym, yeah. It was called the pod something, yeah, pod gym, yeah. And I had all running machines in there. I had all paintings on the wall, got all done. So I was in there all the time. So that kept me out of any trouble, yeah. Kept me out of any trouble, and I was very, very lucky, yeah. But the day was like a fucking month, mate.
Yeah,
the day was like, well, you know what it's like, you know. A day was like a fucking month, mate, and but you know, I mean, you're fucking listening to it quite a lot. When people are fucking coming up to say, "This got a 2.5 year knockback, mate." You go, "You're joking, fucking hell!" You just gone through that yourself, yeah.
And so you mentioned Fish. For anyone who doesn't know, Fish is openly gay man.
Yeah, a nutcase.
Yeah, so if people don't know about him, he is definitely
very intelligent, clever man.
Yeah, and so tell me, like, obviously Fish is an openly gay man in the prison system. Yeah. Like, did anyone ever take liberties with him because of this and stuff like this?
No. The geezer could have a right row. He was a fucking handful, Fish. I've known Fish a long time. He used to run clubs, yeah. He didn't give a fuck. He don't care. You got to understand with Fish, yeah. Fish is a young man, yeah. He's gay, a young man. So if a young man's gay, he's got a lot of fucking big responsibility, right? He's got to fight that fucking gayness, yeah. The funniest thing that ever Fish ever told me, yeah, when he was running around the bush, Shepherd's Bush, running around with a little crew, yeah, doing some bad things. Don't forget he run clubs and everything, yeah, looked after clubs, doing some bad things. Everybody respected him, yeah. This Christmas time, he had a few drinks. He's having a laugh. He got up on the stage. He went, "Listen, I've got something to tell you, yeah? I thought I'd better tell you, it's about time I told you that I'm gay." They all said, "Well, we fucking know that, Fish. We already know you're gay, mate." But he held it in, yeah? He held it in, but he's gay, but he's a dangerous, dangerous fucking gay man, you know what I mean? He's fucking dangerous. You know what I mean? He's a very, very dangerous man. This geezer can have a fight. He will fight you with his fists, yeah? And he will beat you with his fists, because being a young kid as a gay boy, he was used to get bashed up, yeah? One day he got bashed up by the wrong person, yeah? And he woke up that night and said, right, this is the last time that anybody's going to fucking hurt me, mate. And from that day, he turned. You know what I mean? Which we all do.
Yeah, no, if anyone doesn't know, it's obviously look up Fish. He's done a couple of podcasts and stuff of late.
Yeah.
And he is an intriguing character, and he's a very funny guy.
Yeah, he's mad.
And he does come across like a lunatic. And I think he still seems like he's not someone to mess about with.
You can't mess about him, mate. You can't mess about him. You can mess about with him.
Yeah, have a laugh.
But you can't take him fucking serious. No, don't take him serious, mate.
No, and he's, like I said, a very good friend of Ray's, and hopefully we can get you and him on a interview together.
Yeah, be good.
I think that'd be fantastic.
But I don't know about being fantastic.
Well, luckily we've managed to do your story.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You never know what's
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It might just be a little comedy.
Yeah. It would be a comedy.
Fish playing his shows.
Yeah.
So, like you say, you ended up serving then of that 2 year, and was it 2 year, 8 months sentence? So what was it going to be?
2.5 years. 2.5 years.
2.5 years. 2.5 years, and you ended up serving
nearly 10 years. I nearly done 10 years.
And then 8 years after that, was it?
No, I've done 2.5 years with mine.
Yeah.
And then I've done 12.5 years, but it don't really,
Yeah, so you did another 10 from when you got sentenced.
Yeah.
Another 8 from when
no, for sure.
So you did 12.5 years of a 2.5.
The 2.5 years don't count. 2.5 years didn't count. So you don't even look at it, mate, like that, you know?
And so did they sort of bring you down the levels as you came out? Did you go through like ACAT, DCAT? Did you ever go DCAT jail or anything like this?
No, fucking DCAT. I was lucky to be in a CCAT prison. Mount was a CCAT, yeah. No, mate, never touched DCAT. Fish fucking touched DCAT. The cunt.
Don't know how.
Yeah, don't know how.
And so then, when were you released then, Ray? When was this then? What date was this?
I think it was
what year?
October, November, 013, 014, something like that. Yeah.
And before we actually get to that, like obviously you've seen the prison system over a 30-year period, I'm guessing, haven't you? 40-year period.
I got my sentence, my first sentence when I was a kid, about 14, 15, yeah.
Mm. So how have the prisons changed during that time, would you say?
Mate, from prisons when I first went away, yeah. When I first went away as a young prisoner, a young kid in Ashford, Vermont, you walked in there, mate, and you walked into reception, and you wouldn't believe it. You know what I mean? You go, fucking hell, what have I done? You know, like it's 10, 15 to a cell, yeah. You're waiting to go onto your wing, yeah. And you've got to strip bullet naked, yeah. Take all your clothes out. You put your clothes wherever you put in the box, yeah. And then you got to put their clothes on, yeah. And they've belittled you. They've already. Don't forget, even though you're 15, 16, yeah, you still got a mum, and you still got a dad, and you still got a family. And you might even have a girlfriend. They know what sort of person you are. They know how you look after yourself, yeah. How clean you are, this ain't never. But when you go in there, and you're stripped off, and they go in, what you got to get in the bath, right? Have a bath, and they get a stick, right? And they put in the bath 3 inches of water, yeah. 3 inches of water. That bath, you could be the last one in that bath or the first one in that bath, but that 3 inches of water goes through the whole 20 people in that fucking cell, yeah. So them pissing in the water and everything, you've got to get in that water. So how belittled is it? How belittled are you already, yeah? Then they come up, give you 2 pair of pants, yeah. They give you pants either down to your fucking ankles, right, or pants you're going to put up around your fucking neck, right. They give you 2 shirts, yeah. 2 shirts that are maybe 10 sizes too big for you, or fucking 1 size too small for you. They give you a pair of black shoes, lace-up shoes, yeah, that fucking are either too small or too big. 9 times out of 10, they're too fucking big, yeah. Socks with holes in, different coloured socks, yeah. Grey socks, red at the top, yellow at the top. yellow. It's all that being sentenced. Yellows, reds, and all that going, yeah. Then they give you a vest, which fucking is absolutely fucking filthy, with stains, with people eating their food. And they give you a black jacket, grey trousers, yeah. Black jacket, you tie up round the bottom, button up, this thing, yeah. And you look a cunt. And don't forget, not only do you look a cunt, but you smell fucking filthy, you smell terrible, because them things ain't even being washed proper. And you're sitting in a fucking cell waiting to go up to your wing. And you're young, 14, 15, yeah? And all of a sudden they go, right, get your fucking bed pack. You walk down there and they go, where's the bed pack, mate? Don't fucking talk to me, I'm talking to you, get your bed pack, yeah? And you look at it, bed pack, there's fucking maybe 2 or 3 bed packs rolled up. Your blankets, your sheets are in a fucking, your sheets are already in a pillowcase, like with bits and pieces and your shaving fucking shit and all these bollocks, yeah? But when you get your bed pack, them bed packs are bed packs that have been put there by people who are going to court, people who are going to another wing, another prison, or being released. So that bed pack, kid's got to be wanking all fucking night, and you've got his bed pack. Bogies all over the and you've got his bed pack. That is out. And when you go to the fucking cell, you go to a cell, and the mattress is horsehair. Horsehair is fucking solid. If you don't get it when it's solid, the person that's been in that mattress before you has made it where he lays. Right? That's what it's like. Horsehair, yeah? Now you've got to get in that fucking you've got to now in that mattress, the fucking pillow is horsehair, yeah? You ain't sleeping, mate. You ain't sleeping. And there's 3 of you in that cell. 3 of you in that cell. 1 wooden table, 1 wooden chair, a jug, and fucking piss pot. And there's 3 of you in that cell. That's about the first time you go in prison. And you wish the fuck that it's the last one. Because it ain't.
So you know the prisons back in the day, that you must have seen a big change over the years. Like before, 20, 30 years ago, I'm guessing there was a lot more actual villains in the prisons. As the years have gone on, have you noticed there's been more people with drug problems and mental problems in the prisons over the years?
When I went away in prison, yeah, as a kid, even as an adult, when I first went in prison as an adult, mate, puff, you get fucking killed. They'd kill you. Powder, they would definitely fucking kill you. You wasn't allowed to smoke fucking weed.
These officers then were...
Not officers, I'm on about the fucking cons.
Yeah.
I'm on about the cons, mate.
Okay.
You weren't allowed to smoke shit. You weren't allowed to smoke drugs. You weren't allowed to do anything. That was taboo, mate. That was taboo. There was no fucking drugs. You're mad. Drugs, you get fucking killed. If a screw see that you were smoking drugs, mate, you get fucking murdered. You get bashed up, because in them days, not like today, screws are feminine today, yeah? Not feminine, but they ain't fucking screws. In them days, it was XMPs. All 6 foot fucking 4. 18, 19 stone. Big men that want to get in your cell. You're only a kid, leery little cunt. That want to get in your cell and bash you up. That want to get in your cell, take their hat off and bash you up. Because what, you're just a wanker to them. You get fucking killed.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's been a complete change then. It's literally complete turn. Now the jails, all it is drugs. Drug addicts, drug dealers.
Yeah.
That's all it's become.
Yeah, it's fucked up, mate. It's fucked up. Prison's fucked up. Prison's fucked up. You know, like... It ain't prison, is it? It ain't fucking prison. Because... you come off the street into a fucking drug addict. You're going in prison, 99% of prisoners that come out of prison become out as drug addicts. Because you're made to buy it. You're made to buy it. Fucking, what make me fucking buy it? Well, fuck off. But they're made to buy it today. These young kids. And they come out with a fucking chip on their shoulder. And they go back in again, mate. They go back in prison for stabbing someone or anything like that, yeah? Prison's fucked up, yeah? Prison's fucked up. I would, myself, yeah, I told you, I would like to do something, a proper prison. Go on.
But it's, like I say, that's why it's even that much more incredible that you managed to do all these psychology courses and actually address your issues in a place where it's so hard to address your issues because you're surrounded by so much fucked up shit that it's, yeah, hats off to you for doing it, especially at the stage that you did, especially because a lot of people end up disappearing into the system. And I interviewed someone a couple of weeks ago, you end up going into Broadmoor and stuff like this because it can ruin you.
Don't forget I've been there, mate. Don't forget I've been there.
So you've been in the mental health stuff?
No, I've not been in mental health. Don't forget they banged me up for fucking a long time when I was in my last sentences, you know what I mean? Been on 1074, been bashed up, mate. Just so much so I thought I was going to die. You know what I mean? From fucking 19 stone down to 8 stone. Come on, mate.
Yeah, so like you say, you've just been through it. You've had 50 years of going through it. And then 2013, obviously, thank fuck.
I think it was 14, 15, something.
Okay, 14, 15. Yeah. Thank God, obviously, day come and you've been released. And talk to me about that feeling. It must have been an absolute shock, though, after 12 and a half years.
Do you know what, mate? Do you know what? When they told me that I'd been released, I cried my eyes out, and a day was like a fucking month, right? But when I actually got released, yeah, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel nothing, mate, because the shorter the sentence is when you feel it, because you haven't really adjusted yourself to being in prison. You know what I mean? You still adjust yourself to being outside in that world, yeah? So you're waiting to get out. But because you got a long sentence, you're not waiting to get out, mate, because you know you ain't getting out for a long time. So you adjust yourself to prison. You become a prisoner. Right? So when they release you, there's no feelings there. There's nothing there, mate.
So you're still a prisoner mindset at that point where you get released?
I don't know. It's a funny old thing, because I remember when I got silly sentences as a kid, yeah, when I done 3.5 years as a YP and all that, and got released, yeah, it was like, how can I say, it was like, when I got out, it was fucking, oh my God, I was going, you know what I mean, I was waiting for that day, yeah, but when you're doing a big sentence, you're not waiting for the day don't come, mate, the day don't, and when it is coming, you still don't realise you're going to be released, yeah, and when you come out, my mate Gary Francis, the one I was talking about in that case, yeah, he picked me up. He picked me up in a fucking jet, yeah? Some fucking jet fucking car. Got me in the car, mate. He put his foot down from the prison to the fucking end of the road. Mate, I fucking wished I was back in prison. He threw the fucking life out of me. Do you know what I mean? I've never, like, come on. I ain't been in the fucking... And he put his foot down and he shit the life out of me. But he's my pal, you know what I mean? But he's a nutcase, but he is a nutcase, yeah.
So how much does the world change in, say, like a 12-year period then from when you went away and came back out?
Do you know what? Do you know, to understand it, yeah? To understand it, you've got to have gone through it, the motions, yeah? Like your sentences. You know, because this is what you don't realise, these kids don't realise, yeah? You get a sentence, yeah? You're a chap. You're a fucking chap. All the birds look upon you as a fucking, the bollocks. All the guys, yeah, he's fucking tough nut. You go in prison, you meet all your mates in prison. It's the same thing, you're in prison. You meet all your pals, become big time Charlie potatoes, yeah? You do your sentence, you go out. You go out, you do your villainy, you do 3 or 4 years out there, you come back in prison. You come back in prison, and there are a few people that you know in there, yeah? But it's changed. It's changed. Right? You're doing a big sentence now, right? You're doing 6, 8 years, you've done 8 years, you're coming out of prison, right? You come out of prison, and there are a few people that know you, but where's everybody else gone? They've moved on, mate. They're either in fucking prison, in another prison, or they're dead, or they've moved on to another area. You come out, all of a sudden, that big who you are, no one fucking knows you. You're no one, mate. If you get a big sentence and you come out, who the fuck are you? You're no one. you're fucking no one. No one respects you. Who the fuck are you? The only people who respect you is people that knew you years ago. You're no one, mate. You become no one. You're walking down the road thinking you're that person. You ain't that person no more. People don't look upon you as being, you're just a normal person, mate.
So it seems like a bit of a catch-22, because in the criminal world, the most important thing is reputation. In order to get reputation, you've got to do these serious bad deeds, serious crimes.
That's right.
And then, obviously, by the time that all comes around, then it wasn't worth it because everyone's moved on.
You've got to remember, yeah, that the Crays, the Richardsons, all these big families, yeah, right? You've got to remember their reputation, yeah, stays there for a bit of time. Stays there for a bit of time. But your reputation don't stand with you, mate. It's gone. It goes. Even after a while, they become no one. They ain't nothing, mate. You've got kids out there today who'd have got hold of that lot and fucked up the arsehole, you know what I mean?
And so, obviously at the end of it, thank God you've gone the full circle through the criminal world. And so when you look at it today, and obviously if you met a young boy 16 years old about to jump into this world of crime, thinks it's the nuts, wants to have the reputation, wants to have the women, the cars, the clothes, the money, what would your advice be, Ray, to someone who's looking to get into that world today?
Well, get a fucking job, mate. Get a job, because it ain't worth it, mate. It ain't worth it. Do you know what? My brothers and sisters, yeah, they've all got jobs. I'm the black sheep of the family, but owing to what happened to me as a kid, yeah, which is on my other podcast, yeah. But we will go through it one day, yeah, again. But yeah, they've got houses. My sisters got houses. They have 4 or 5 holidays a year. They got their kids who go to private schools or go to, you know, who get looked after. Me, what am I? I've lost my kids. I've lost all my kids. I'm still dead. But what relationship can I have with my kids? What relationship can you have with your kids, mate? I've been away most of my life. When I've had a relationship with my kids, it's been for 2 or 3 years. You got a kid at fucking 3, you're going away for fucking 12 years, you come out of prison, he's now fucking 11, 12. What the fuck? He don't know who you are. He knows who you are. Do you know what I mean? Come on, I've got kids here, big kids, all big. One of my kids, Ricky, his name is, yeah, he didn't know I was his fucking dad. I had an affair with someone who looked after me, come see me in prison. We got together when I come out. I left her, yeah. She had a son called Ricky. She then met someone. So now Ricky, that's his dad.
Yeah. He
only knows him as his dad. He doesn't know no one else. He then dies, and his mum tells him that your real dad is Ray Hill. If Ray Hill was fucking just no one, it wouldn't have mattered. He wouldn't have mattered. Cool. It wouldn't have mattered to him. But because Ray Hill is a gangster, a fucking heavy person,
yeah,
right? Who's prize fight, done this, done that, done everything, yeah? Right? He wants to know his dad. But no, he doesn't want to know me as a dad. He wants to know me as a fucking who I am. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's crazy. So, like you say, it's not just you that suffered during, obviously, the criminal life. It's everyone around you and stuff like this can end up suffering as well. There's a lot of collateral damage with the families and stuff like this as well. And so, like you say, you just put it clear. Anyone thinking about getting into that life, like I say, Ray served.
What you lose? You lose so much. You lose everything you got. You lose, yeah. You lose respect. Your respect's gone, mate. You know what I mean?
It's like it's quite easy to get lost into that criminal world rather than address our issues and our traumas. At a certain point, it's easy to be the naughty one, the bad one.
Listen,
it's much easier than be.
If you earn, right, 10 grand every 3 months doing the villainy, yeah, which is very, very fucking odd, believe, right? You can earn 10 grand in a month being straight.
So like I was saying, people need to heed the words of someone who's been there, done it, got the t-shirt, Obviously, there's been
everything there is to be done, mate. Everything there is to be done, I've done it, yeah? I've done it. I've done it in my life, yeah? I've gone through the stages in my life, yeah? Where you become this person, you become that person. I'm becoming that person where I've fucking hurt loads of people, yeah? Loads of fucking people. I've become a fighter in my life, fight any fucking body, you know what I mean? And now it's at the end of it, you know what I mean? You just want to relax, but you're still thinking you're that person. You're not that fucking person no more, mate. It's gone. It's gone.
So I think the greatest thing that someone like you could do at this stage is sharing your story,
help.
Which is what you are. Well, sharing your story does help.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you tell the people this, the situation is not just the great nights, the parties, or this club and that club, but tell them about all the years you've done in jail, which you thankfully have over these interviews and podcasts. We need to get as many people listening to these tales as possible to stop them going down, because I think it's only people like yourself, people like Fish, people like Marvin, who can stop the kids from going down that certain path.
We've got to stop them,
because they won't listen to the probation officer or a young person like me. What can I tell them? Or someone who's never been in any trouble. What can they possibly tell them? You can tell them exactly what they've got to expect with that certain destructive mindset.
What do you lose, mate? What do you lose? You can lose your mum. You can lose your dad. You can lose all your family, mate. Which you're going to lose them anyway.
Mm.
You lose your wife. 1 minute you're all loved up. You're loved up, right? The wife comes and sees you every week, every 2 weeks. All of a sudden she don't come and see you for every fucking month. Hold up. Pick the phone up. The phone's not alive anymore. It's dead. All of a sudden you got that trauma of laying down in your fucking cell, going like a fucking lunatic, where you got a head of hair, right? After a couple of fucking 3 months, mate, your fucking hair's gone. Your hair's gone. All you become mad in yourself because that woman who you loved and who you done all this work bits and pieces for is gonna fucking leave you. She's gonna leave you for one of your mates. And how do you feel? You're gonna go fucking mad. But it ain't your fault. Of course it's your fucking fault. Of course it's your fault. Because if you hadn't gone in prison, this would never have fucking happened. It should never have happened. And the worst people in the world are women. You got these women that don't want nothing, yeah? Very rarely, yeah? Because of the way it is today. But most women want a guy with a nice flat, a nice car, nice clothes, and got money. All of a sudden, you want that woman, so you've got to get in things. How do you get in things? You get in things being straight, working straight. But do you want that? Do you fuck? Do you fuck want to be working 7 days a week or 5 days a week? Getting up in the morning at 6 o'clock, coming home at fucking 7 o'clock. 6 days a week. Do you fuck? What you want to do is go down there, get a big box of coke, fucking start selling it, getting bundles of dough, looking after her, getting a nice car, and I see all of a sudden one day, the people you fucking like, the people that know you, all of a sudden, one might not know, one of them, 2 of them might not like you no fucking more, mate. All of a sudden, a phone call, talking to the wrong people, what happens? Your door comes in. Your door comes in, they find your gear. They might not find all your gear, but they find enough. And they wait, all of a sudden, what happens? See you later, alligator. Because now, you're waiting to be sentenced. You ain't getting no fucking bail. You're in prison for 9 months waiting to go up and sentence. Your wife's stick by you. Once you go and get a 10 stretch, mate, or 5 stretch, your wife's gone. See you later. Or your bird's gone. Yeah.
And like I say, it's before in the past where there was pavement blaggers like yourself, you actually go and do proper work, and that's that doesn't happen no more. So the criminals are all, like I said, it's all drug related.
Yeah.
And the problem is with being a drug dealer is, to be a successful drug dealer, you have to let lots of people know you sell drugs.
And you can't take it as such.
It's just a nightmare. And so when you used to go on a bit of work, you weren't telling the whole town you're going to go on a bit of work, are you?
No.
But that's what the drug dealer does.
Yeah.
They're saying, look, I'm on a bit of work and it's every single day. It could get me 10, 15 years, but it's every day.
A drug dealer don't go out, mate, with a fucking mask on and gloves and a fucking gun. Right? A drug dealer sits in his house, counting his fucking money, making phone calls after phone calls, got a fucking traced or whatever they fucking are, with people who are begging you for gear, who are going to pay you later. They don't pay you, then you get someone to go around their house, knock on their fucking door to get your money. Right, and that's how you get nicked, mate. You're going to get nicked sooner or later.
And like I said, it's so easy. People could owe you money. They could make a phone call to the police because they know where your stuff is. Do you know what I mean? This happens all the time. People who might want to take your position, your friends will do it at the same time. Even it might be the person you get your food off. You might not know it, but you might be giving up people every couple of years. That's why he's been out for 10 years.
Well, how about if you're growing? How about if you're one of these people that, fuck it, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start growing gear, yeah? Right, you grow a big grow, a ton, 2 ton of gear, yeah? You think, fucking hell. All of a sudden, you go in there in the fucking morning, it's gone. Someone's nicked your grow. Then what?
And what's worse is, if you're in there, and these people think there's a legal operation going on.
Exactly.
What will people, like, when you're in your worst...
Exactly.
Like I said, my friend just been arrested, he's on remand for a couple of aggravated, but because if they think there's illegal stuff in there and you can't call the police, people will do terrible stuff to you.
Listen, mate, listen. Years ago, I don't know when it happened, yeah? I don't know when it started happening, yeah? Maybe what? 90s? Early 90s? It started to happen where drug dealers, where ordinary people thought, do you know what? The easiest person to rob is a drug dealer. Why is it easy? Because who can he fucking go to? He can't go to the police and say, listen, I've just been fucking robbed. And all of a sudden, it happened. Overnight, people were nicking fucking tons of gear, boxes of stuff, ounces of stuff, and they was earning fucking money. Now, you can't fucking, if you're selling it, you've got to sell it to about 4 or 5 people. You can't sell it to fucking 100 people before, mate. It's just going to go.
Yeah, so like I say, stay away from these pitfalls and listen to the advice of someone who's been there, got the t-shirt, done it, done it all. And so like I say, for anyone out there who's would like Ray to come into some schools, maybe talk to some schools, universities, or any sort of workplaces, get in touch with myself or Ray.
We'll just set up with you, mate.
Yeah, we'll just set up we'll get in touch with me and I'll obviously arrange it with Ray. And we've just set up a new Facebook for Ray as well. So that description is going to be below. And so please add him up, get in touch with him if you've got anything you want to chat to him about, messenger him. And obviously if he's not getting back to you for whatever reasons, it's probably for technological reasons, get in touch with me and I'll get in touch with Ray and send any messages across. So like I say, thank you very much again for today, Ray. And obviously, so next we're going to do a couple of things to do. We're going to do something with Jimmy Tippett Jr. Who obviously you did a lot of stuff with his dad, didn't you?
Yeah, he was my trainer.
And he was a naughty fella in himself, wasn't he, Jimmy?
Very naughty, yeah.
And so his son's quite the character as well.
Yeah, his son's got a book, hasn't he? Done a book.
Yeah, and so you and him together, and then we're going to do one with you and Fish, hopefully at some point as well. And then
look out for that one.
Yeah, indeed. And then one for all you guys as well. Like I say, I know everyone's enjoyed Ray's stories. The next part we're going to do is we'll do a live thing for Ray as well. So guys, look out for that, and please get your questions ready for Ray for the next part.
Lovely.
Ray, thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Yeah, lovely.
That's much appreciated.